Hi folks, this is Vicky at patternprincess.com, and today is going to be shawl time. I am going to show you how to do this beautiful shawl. It's just a beautiful stitch. It's a very easy stitch. This shawl here took me about 8 hours to make, and well, then I made another one, and I think I'm going to make another one, but a little bit bigger yet. Just love this stitch. This yarn, you would think that I've changed the colors of yarn and I've worked really hard at picking them out. No, No, I used, for this particular shawl here, I used a Lion Brand Landscapes yarn. It looks like this. And, let me see, it's Cabana. Cabana is the name. And I used 3 of these. I just started and I used all 3 until all 3 were gone. So, and that was 441 yards. So just think that this is beautiful with a stitch. This is an asymmetrical shawl. Just love the look, and this is a nice soft yarn. This one here, particular one, I ended up with the double crochet chain 1 rows. There's 4 of each, and then there's 4 of the double crochet rows. So this is how this one ended up. However, I have another one that I did in cotton. You know, you get those big cakes of cotton. It's a comfy blend, and sometimes you wonder, what am I going to do with that? Well, here's a pattern for you. I used the whole thing, and this was 392 yards and this is actually a cotton and polyester blend, but I used the whole thing. It was a beautiful white yarn, and I bought like 4 skeins of it, and I just couldn't pass it up. So just look at this in all white. It's just beautiful. Same pattern, same thing, and it has like this wintry, just a lovely flow white to it. It's just a wintry kind of a white, but then it could be a summery white too. But I love it. It's soft. It's beautiful. I'm thinking of actually, like I said, adding on to this and actually putting some red on the end. We'll see. I'm thinking I'm going to change that one yet, but the pattern is the same as I'm going to show you to start off right now anyway, of this one here, and I'll of course eventually have this on my website. So what I did, so make sure that you check out the website for the pattern if you want the whole pattern. This is a J5, this happens to be a J 5.75 millimeter hook. I don't know that gauge is very important with this pattern, because you really just start and you just make it as big as you would like it to make it. And then, you know, or when you run out of yarn, or if you wanted to change color, you certainly could, but you just continue to go on this pattern until you're done. Okay, so I have my slip stitch on my hook. I just took a few moments to do that and to, of course, untangle my yarn, because I swear every time I'm making a video I have such a tangle of yarn. I don't know what my deal is. So first we're going to start off with a chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then we're going to yarn over. So here we go. In the 3rd chain from the hook, which is this one here, the very first one, we're going to do 2 double crochet. 1, 2, and you have row 1 all done. So now we're going to turn our work. And we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to double crochet in the next stitch. That's this stitch right here. Double crochet, and then in the top chain of that beginning chain 3, we're going to do 3 double crochet. So it's 1, 2, and 3. And you probably hear my dog snoring in the background. I'm really sorry. I just realized he was snoring. So we're going to turn this and do row 3. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over. Excuse me. In that same stitch, we're going to do 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. And then in each stitch across, we're going to do a double crochet. So each stitch across, a double crochet. We can do that. And at the end of this row, we'll count to make sure that you're on the right track. And then we can't forget that top stitch of that beginning chain 3, and that's also a stitch. So we should have, in row 3, we should have 7 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, we're doing good. I'll put my hook back in. All right, got to get more yarn. Okay, we're moving on to row 4. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now notice this side here is straight, this side here is starting to go out, so we're only increasing on one side. Okay, so we're going to double crochet in each stitch till we get to the end. You can do that. This is a very easy pattern to do with, oh my goodness, beautiful results. And you could do this with, if you have a shawl in the bow, it's a perfect pattern to do that with. Just a beautiful pattern. Now, remember we had that initial chain 3. So in the top stitch, right there, we got to make sure we do our double crochet. And then because we're going to increase, each row is going to increase by 2, excuse me, we're going to do 2 double crochet extra in that last stitch because we're going to continue to increase. All right, row 4 is complete. We're going to turn it